webinar that I'm doing today will continue on and on. We have no intention in the world of ever letting this go. So we just want to transfer everybody over to Rubicon. That's the most important point. This is our indicator. This is the update. This is the one we want to be teaching on. I don't want to be going back teaching on TEF. That's all I'm saying. Nothing wrong with TEF, but if you have TEF, please update to Rubicon. Now, for our brokers, a couple of very important points. My Tuesday evening webinar is going away. The morning room with Dennis is also going away because we're no longer, that room was supplied by the coaching company and we are no longer that coaching company, Robert. Just so you know. It'll go for another couple of weeks, I believe. I think the 12th, I believe the 12th of August will be the last day. Okay, no problem. You're welcome. On the brokers, and I want to be careful here, guys. Let's talk about brokers. We have recommended brokers that we use, or that we recommend because we've had our software operating on their systems and we know it works fine. And they are FXCM, FX Solution, FXDD, Forex.com, Alpari, and FinFX. Actually, Harry, drop me an email about that because that's actually very important. I need to know what that is, if you don't mind. Now, and FinFX, very important clarification. Brokers I'm talking about. Keep focused here, Frank. Some of those brokers, Alpari, Forex.com, FXDD, also have overseas offices in the UK, etc., Australia. When it comes to European or Australian or overseas folks, our best recommendation is FinFX because they have an ECN platform and that gives you direct in the market feed and direct in the market pricing, and their execution is excellent. Like these guys a lot. But we also have to tell you, like it says here, note that overseas brokers are not for USA residents and are not recommended for US citizens. That's an NFA rule that we cannot recommend an overseas broker to USA residents. We can tell you as overseas clients that you can go to these brokers by all means, and we will send you the links for them. Now, what individuals do is their own business, but yeah, I think you hear me when I say it. I cannot legally tell you to go to the overseas brokers, but I need to let my overseas people know these are the brokers that we prefer. Domestically, FXCM, FXL, FXDD, Forex.com, Alpari, all good to go in the US. www.forexautoalerts.com, that is our auto alerts. And there's also a trial there. OConnor at tradersforex.com. If you have any questions, drop them to me there. And follow me on Twitter at Frank O'Connor FX. For information on the Forex Pro Toolkit, which is a management tool, a trade management tool that works with both TEF and Rubicon, check it out at tradersedgeforex.com. Don't forget the coupon code, which gives you a discount off that. Facebook, Francis P. O'Connor. If you want to follow me, just search Francis P. O'Connor. I'll click up. I have over, I think, close to 3,000 followers right now on Facebook. Very important. RubiconIndicator.com/blog. That's where you see all of the instructional videos for Rubicon. It's also where you can go back and regroup the older webinars. They're all available on there. Also on that site, if you look to the right, are the links for the webinar in case you lose track of your links. So don't forget, it's our RubiconIndicator.com, which is the regular site for the Rubicon to purchase the indicator. It's that site /blog. Now, the Rubicon FX Trading Room. This is the page, and Harry's telling me, Geoff, if you're still in here, Harry's telling me he had difficulty getting the free week. So I'm asking him to send me an email so I can get clarification on that. The reason I'm saying that, Harry, is that Geoff is with us in the room, so I just want him to know. This is the actual link, guys. We'll be sending it out to you. Some of you may have got it, but everybody will definitely get it this week. This link then allows you to join the room for a 1-week trial with no credit card. After the trial, you can, of course, continue for the discounted amount as a Rubicon or a TEF member. But again, hopefully everybody will be Rubicon very soon. And then don't forget my recommendation. Please, guys, read Trading in the Zone. Again, Diane, please remember we're moving to Rubicon, so all the TEF stuff is going away. The coaching has already been gone to a different company. Eric was supposed to call me this morning about Rubicon training and didn't call back. Who's Eric, Felix? I have no idea who Eric is. So just let me know if you would who Eric is. Okay, that's all the important stuff, guys. The big one, the disclaimer with the brokers. Remember, all of these brokers have domestic offices in the US, except for FinFX. Many of them have them overseas offices in Australia and Europe and Canada. Just all I can tell you is that we cannot recommend the overseas brokers. We like all of those brokers, number one. But to US residents, we cannot recommend the overseas brokers under NFA rules. We cannot solicit or recommend them to US clients. I have no idea who that is, Felix. Send me an email, please. Send me an email. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Logistics. Let me ask any other questions. And tell me who your coach is right now, Felix, or who coached you in the first place. Yeah, Kent. They're okay. Kent's asked me about another broker. They're okay. That's all I can say. I prefer, you go one of our recommended brokers. And for the links, just drop us an email. Drop an email, guy, to broker@tradersedgeforex.com. What country are you in, Kent? If you would let me know. And then Felix, let me know what your what your experience with Justin was that made that's telling you to say that. I don't know, Adrian. I don't know anything about that particular broker in Australia. I don't know. But again, remember, Australians can avail of these brokers in Europe as well. If you're in Australia, I am. That my favorite is to get with an ECN broker, guys. And the one we have and we like a lot is FinFX. Speaking again to offshore folks. Yeah, Felix, again, please put that in an email to me. That would help a lot. From Geoff, very important. Harry, back to you. Your payment, I just spoke with Geoff, or he's texting me as we're speaking, to let you know your payment has been refunded and you can still log in with your same password. So you're going to get that 1 week trial anyway. What Harry did was he went ahead and paid for the whole thing, but we want to make sure he gets his 1 week trial first. So that's been refunded, Harry, and you can check in with the same password and you'll get the remainder of your 1 week trial. That's good news. Thank you, Geoff, for doing that. Appreciate it. Kent. No, not at all, Harry. Not at all. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kent, you're in San Luis Obispo in California. Okay. Yeah, again, if you're domestic and you want to, stick with a domestic, that's fine. But we also got these other brokers too. All right. Back to the chart. Any question on any of that, guys? Or I want to get back to my chart. So what I would say, guys, please, you're all using Rubicon. At least jump into that trading room for a week. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything else. And we would really appreciate the feedback from you guys. Take the trial. We'd love to have you in there. And also would like your feedback on how you find the room, what's going on, any ways we could improve it. and how the interaction, that you find the interaction with other traders. I mean, that's a big thing. It's very difficult, guys, to trade on your own. Very difficult. The community aspect of trading is great, and it's really important. Don, no, FinFX is in Finland. Are you a U.S. resident, Don? Okay, just let me know. Now, again, back to the Rubicon Indicator training. Any questions on what I went through today? I kind of went a little bit deeper than I went before. But let me know if you have any questions on that methodology of dropping down, making sure we got the fibs, making sure we know where our targets are. Again, guys, the big thing, watch out for the big support and resistance. 0, 0 levels, critical, critical, critical. And then bigger than that are the decade levels, the 120 to 130 to 140 to 150. That's number one. Number two, the regular 0 zeros, 4100, 4200, 4300. And then and watch out a little bit for the 50 level. Not quite as significant, but 50 levels do come into play sometimes too. Half a century, in other words. Get your trend lines on there. The fibs are very important because the tendency to hang out at the fib is very important. And you'll see our spine a lot, acting as support resistance. Just like we're looking at this chart right here. We get this big consolidation area here. This is the trading today. It comes back up off that. The spine holds it. Then as it comes back to test the bottom support of that consolidation, it breaks and she's gone again. And then again, those fibs come back into play. It finds a resting spot at that 38 fib. You know, that's how significant. I mean, look at those levels today, guys. That's correct. No, sorry, Felix, that's not correct. F. O'Connor. Sorry, I should have left it up for you. Let me leave those things up for you guys. The email is foConnor@tradersedgeforex.com. And I'll leave up the link for the trading room so you guys can write it down. Anybody who wants to write it down. Sorry, I removed that a little bit too soon. But again, back to that, those, you know, our spine axis support resistance, the trend lines, and the Fibonacci is very, very important. And again, you'll find a lot with our system, with the Rubicon system and the algorithms that are going on in the background calculating, that they're lining up quite a bit with Fibonacci's. The entry points, the support, the take profit point and the stop loss point many times will line up with those Fibonacci numbers too. And like I said last week, I really like when I see confirmation, and that's 2 or more indicators telling me the same thing. For example, I have right here in this little zone right here, 2 Fibonacci's from different time frames. One of them happening to be a daily Fibonacci. Now look at that. We drew that on a daily Fibonacci. And look at this here. From here on the red line all the way over to here. 1800. Close to a full day. A full day. The price action was within a zone around that 23 fib. That's kind of uncanny. But remember I said the bigger fibs, the bigger time frame fibs become incredibly important. That's a daily 23% fib. And look what it did for, you know, a whole 24 hours. It's like a magnet. The currency's just attracted to it. And again, some of the more advanced guys, when you see it and you see that little zone forming, you can have some fun trading those zones. But I don't want to cover that right now. That's a little bit more advanced than I like to talk about in here. I may come back and talk a little bit later about, you know, when you see little channels forming, channel trading it's called. There's a way of doing that, but I'm a little bit too soon with you guys right now. But for the guys who've been around a while, you know exactly what I mean. And you can definitely have some fun within that channel. The channels are within 2 different frameworks, 2 different Fibonacci. Top and bottom are formed by fibs. Kenneth Cochran. Hi, Kenneth. Geoff, if you're still with us, Kenneth is saying he signed up for the trade room for the 1-week trial and he's not been able to use it yet. Yeah, we can get it out to you again, Kenneth. Well, you sent the link. Did you get all the information on how to get in there?